Late last week, we heard that Procter& Gamble recalled 8.2 million defective bags for their Tide and Gain and other brands. Now, I want to share with you why this happened, most likely based upon the information that we have. Now, it's important to understand this is what we were told, and let me expand this a little bit just so you can see. First of all, back to my screen here. First of all, what this release says is that it was due to a split near the zipper track. Let me show you what this says. A split near the zipper track. Now, what that tells me is that it's the zipper area, not the bag necessarily. Now, again, what they haven't told us, which is really critical to understand, is let me clear this little information here and get this out of here. But what I want to share with you is, bear with me. I'm going to move this out, is they haven't told us what type of zipper they are dealing with. Now, again, we have all seen these Tide bags initially with a traditional zipper that you can see, or somewhat of a traditional. This is the best sample picture I could get, or the slide zipper, which is a lot of their current bags. Now, again, no one's told us this, but either way, what I want to clarify is that the zipper almost always, at least everything that I've ever done in the 35 years, the zipper is always an additional adder. It's not part of the bag. So most likely, initially, you would think that, oh, because it's an adder, it needs to be, maybe it's a heat issue where the seal of the zipper is not hot enough to seal directly to the pouch. Now, that's fine. That's a decent assumption, but that's a little concerning for me because that would mean that 8.2 million that didn't get hot enough, meaning these are run on some very high efficiency, very high tech pieces of equipment. And I highly doubt that 8.2 million on that piece of equipment, that equipment wasn't hot enough. Could happen, but something tells me it's a much broader issue. And this leads me to believe, and again, this is where 8.2 million, this is not something, usually heat and sealing to a bag can be done in such a way that the machines are very high tech. They can auto correct themselves, okay? But what this tells me, if 8.2 million have been rejected or they're recalling all of these, something is going on between the material structures. Remember, these are a separate adder at the end of the process, of the manufacturing process. The film has already been made, the film has been laminated, and now the zipper at the very last part of the production process, after the bag has already been formed, they add or seal in or heat seal these zippers. Now, most likely what this tells me is there's some sort of a chemical reaction between the material structure of the zipper and the material structure of the bag. And that's where you could have this cracking or sealing breaking apart. Let me show you really fast. The seals for this bag, for this zipper, are probably in and around this little area here and on the other side, okay? Same if the traditional zipper, the zipper isn't sealed, it's this film area beneath and above the zipper that's sealed. What this is telling me is that there's something going on between the material structure and the pouch itself. So because of this, this tells me that whether it doesn't matter whether it's human error or whatever, something has happened that the material structures are not compatible and they're not sealing properly. So to Tide and Procter Gamble's benefit, they actually recalled all of them. That's why I believe it's not a heat issue because that'll auto-correct. It's something happening where somebody placed or the material structure is not what normally they've used, and there's something happening causing this potential split, which of course could lead to children and, well, the bag splitting open and the children, of course, getting access to these little pods that really by themselves look like candy. So this is my take on this. Again, they haven't told us anything, and good for Procter and Gamble for not even monkeying around, but doing the big initial kind of look. We're just going to recall all of them, start over, then try to piecemeal their way through this. So this is my take on what I believe is happening based upon the information that was released from the Department of Commerce that tells us that there was a recall in general and why. No mention on who the supplier was, no mention on the facility. Maybe there's several of them, but most likely to me, it is in this zipper area and the materials are not compatible. Hope this is helpful. Have a great day. Thanks.